So third time, but you have to set the scene. It's the job. It just has to happen for play to
Yeah.
occur. Open green grass, uh, smoldering patches where ecstasy and aesthetics were standing before you destroyed them. Uh, the color and sensory impression of this place has been drained since they died. So green isn't quite as green. Trees aren't quite as rich. The bird song is a little bit flatter. You have like off at the corners of your vision, knots of Githzerai who are just like kind of weeping and scared and turned away from you. And then the cave that you'll recall, uh, the there's some kind of entity, right? The both of these beings were projections of this entity. That entity was getting, or the pieces of that entity were getting dragged back into the cave as they were destroyed. So that's definitely in your line of sight. Um, and yeah, that's where you're at. What are you gonna do? You can spend now that you're through the combat. If you want to take a short rest, you can spend as many healing surges as you want and refresh your encounter powers, or you could theoretically even take a long rest and refresh your daily powers. So
I think Aldred is like, like instantly when the enemies are dead, Aldred is like falling to the ground, like, with like one hand kind of steadying him, and he's like panting a bit. And he says to Shal'houb, "I just need to rest for a minute, but I don't think we can rest for too long. I don't know if you've seen through the illusion, but we've been here for a lot longer than just a day."
Yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about this.
No, he literally didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, so Shal'houb, I'm shocked. I mean, like what? Like, obviously, I'm on something's weird because they just sort of vaporize and something happens. Like okay, clearly powerful magic is at play here, but like, I've felt this earth on my body.
Yeah.
Like, if this isn't real, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Aldred is describing, what he saw. Like, I think they were like children that were kind of in some weird somnambulant state or something, right? And he's describing this and how we were eating like raw meat and how, we're still out on the ice and we've been starving for days, or, subsisting off of raw meat, which is not, that's pretty bad. And this is all through like, he's panting about this and kind of, few words here, few words there through the panting.
I guess this is obviously a lot for Shal'houb to absorb. I'm gonna say I could use a minute too. Like, I need a minute of rest also. But I don't know if I can do it like amidst this cacophony of like weeping. Githzerai, like these are the cries of my people.
Yeah, I think Aldred is like, I think he says, let's go down by the stream and we can, drink some illusion water, but maybe it'll make us feel a little better. Maybe the sound of the stream will, be a little louder than some of their cries. So he's like kind of leading Shal'houb with his, putting an arm around Shal'houb or something, and, kind of going to down there to take a couple sips of fake water.
Yeah, I'm going willingly, but it's baffling, right? It's like, I hope your plan works, but if it does, like, it makes it harder to believe you, kind of. Like, you seem a little crazier if it makes me feel better.
Right.
complicated position to be in. But yeah, I'll go along. I think your comfort. I can rest and have some water.
All right, so I think we're taking a short rest by the water.
You can spend as many healing surges as you like, although they
Right.
don't. They're not going to refresh until you take a long rest.
And they restore a fourth of my health each.
Correct.
So, let's see. Yeah, I have 1 HP, which is not too much.
Yeah, that's not
I'm gonna
ideal.
spend 4. I'm gonna spend 4. So I have 2 remaining, and now I'm back at 32.
Nice.
Okay, I'm using 2, and I have 3 remaining, and it's going to get me to 22 out of 24. I don't think I should spend another for just 2 HP here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I get 6 plus half my level, or do I just get 6 straight? What is it?
Let's look.
I thought it was just a quarter of your health, though. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think it is because I have a.
Yeah, just a quarter of your level, no bonuses.
Okay. Quarter of health.
Yeah.
Right, of your total. Yeah.
It'd be rough if it was a quarter of your level. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't get to heal.
You're
until
getting
level 4.
half an HP.
Yeah.
Good luck.
This isn't Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Yeah, I'm into simulationism, so I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Healing takes 4 weeks of real time from these injuries, so we're just gonna sit here on camera.
Yeah, for
We'll
4
come back
weeks.
at the end of
Doing
May.
that.
Yeah.
I'm losing my job. It's fucked.
I don't have one to lose. We're probably fine. We're okay. God. All right, all healed up, feeling good about the game and life.
Yeah, and so I think, as soon as we've caught our breath, Aldred is like getting Shal'houb up and is like, we need to go in there. There are things in there we need to destroy before we can leave. And he's like going towards the cave.
I'm just gonna slow you down a little bit. Like,
okay.
Wait, Aldred.
Yeah.
Please. I mean, you might not slow down, but Aldred, please.
No, Aldred. Yeah, we'll.
Like I've rested, but like I've trusted you this far, and we've destroyed these 2 baffling divine entities.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know there's something in there to be destroyed? Just like I need the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think Aldred will say, yeah, right, because I mentioned forget earlier, but just when Shal'houb was kind of, burying himself, kind of having a little bit of a moment. So I think Aldred will just, stop and carefully explain what happened with this guy, the Githzerai that kind of went in and forgot about his parents, and, that this forget thing cannot be allowed to live any longer. And he will further explain about how these are each kind of projections of this one being, and he thinks he knows where the one being might be because he heard these weird muffled sounds out in the darkness or something to the right. And so he'll say, I think I know where to strike, and it's our duty to destroy these things.
Yeah, Shal'houb says, Aldred, like, stay with me here. I'm just want to make sure I follow. You're saying this imaginary friend of yours has now forgotten their family history, but if they're not real, then nothing's been forgotten. So why are you so offended? If none of this is real, then why do we have to get rid of forget? And if it is real, what if I'd rather forget the whole thing?
Yeah, Aldred says, I think that these beings or this being is preying upon people like us, real people, putting us into this illusory world. And I think that it uses forget and these other aspects of itself to kill people. So I think I've seen through this, like, we know the truth, and it's our duty to destroy these things so that they don't harm other people. I mean, also, like, you know, and he's like, and I also, you know, I need to destroy Forget. You know, I even though that thing was an illusion, I know that Forget has done this to real people before, because it could do it to us. And you know, to forget, you know, I've never felt such fear and loathing for something. So
yeah, Shal'houb, he looks around at the weeping Getsurai, who I imagine are still doing that after our short rest. And he says, you know, how many of these folks are like us? How many of them are real? What proportion are imaginary, and what proportion have shriveled flesh in another realm? Even the length of this conversation could have starved us to death, if what you're telling me is true. I don't know what will happen when we destroy Forget, but I understand that it must be done.
yeah, okay, yeah. And so Aldred, when he hears that, he's heading to the fucking cave.
I'm right behind
It's time
you.
to go. Yeah.
Thank you for convincing me. I really was tentative about entering the cave.
No, I think it makes sense. Yeah, so into the cave.
Now that you've had a chance to compare notes, just as you know, between scenes, I'm going to ask for some checks from you.
Okay.
So David, for Shal'houb, make a religion check.
Nice.
I believe this is one of your trained skills.
Yes, it is.
And
Hell yeah.
go ahead and take a +2.
Ooh, and a +2. I think religion is governed by intelligence. Let me.
That's interesting. Sorry, I just had an atheist moment.
Burn.
So obnoxious.
Theism.
Sorry, that's so annoying.
I could be wrong. But let's see.
I cannot believe I said that.
Yeah, wow, you really just shit on Shalhoub's head, man.
Yeah.
Religion's cool in this world, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not like ours.
I can say it's effective. Ugh.
It is governed by intelligence in the world of D&D 4e, which means I get a +2, another +2, half my level, which is now
which
2.
is now +2. Holy shit!
Oh shit! So that's
Wow.
6, and then I get +5 because it's trained. So I'm getting +11. I rolled an 8, which is a 19.
Yeah. The target I'd set was 15, just as you're putting these things together.
Perfect.
Yeah, you know the god whose influence is impinging on this place. It is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I just found them in the player's handbook a couple of weeks ago. Their name is Sahanin. They're the god of dreams, romantic love, nostalgia, and they are, you would know that there is rivalry, perhaps even enmity, between Sahanin and the Raven Queen.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
tell me again, what is Sahanin the god of?
Dreams, romantic love, nostalgia, you know, it's kind of an Aphrodite, kind of like a Hermes or Apollo. You know, so there's a sense of like artistry to it.
Okay, this is coming together. That's big news.
Honored guest.
You can also both make a history check, or you have to. Like, it's not an option. You have to do this. Yeah.
I think have to is good.
Okay,
I fail because I get a 6 plus not enough to be a 10.
Okay.
history. What is that? That's also intelligence. So I get +2 and +2, so +4. Oh god, fell off the table. 12 + 4, 16.
Oh my god,
Nice.
yeah. Shal'houb
Yes.
is just connecting all the dots here.
I've got the info coming in.
Hearing about this youth, putting together some of what you saw on the way into the valley, some of what you've heard from other people, and some history from your people. And just FYI, I structured this check like the last history check, so you get a success if one of you rolls a success, but you only get a failure if you both fail, because that feels right for this kind of shared communal thing. That the poet, the person who everyone has been referencing,
Yes.
is indeed an artist, a Githzerai artist named Imilzin, Immilzin, and long ago, Imilzin led his followers out into the wilderness and never returned. But they've been vanished, for a very long time. Perhaps even before the apocalypse. It might even be that old, but it's now just folklore. So yep, Sahani and the god is in play, and that you've somehow encountered this, folkloric figure of Imilzin, who's by this point probably equivalent to like Orpheus or something. He's like nearly a culture hero in your society.
This is big. Okay, well, I've got no, Aldred, obviously, I'm filling you in on this stuff, and it's this information is further, reinforcing that decision to rush into the cave. It's all really coming together. This nostalgia for, this fruit for a fantasy that never really existed. The people of this time were not free. They were not eating our favorite ancestral fruit, right? Like this is a false nostalgia. This is a nightmare dream. This is against death. I've been reconvinced. This is a deathless place.
Yeah. And I feel like you're saying this as we're like walking into the cave, and
like mumbling all these connections. Yeah.
And I don't think Aldred is trying to be quiet. I think he's just like, walking confidently and kind of loudly. And
you hate forget.
And I have a really weird detail, but I do picture Aldred always having bare feet, and I don't know why I picture that, but yeah, that's the detail, I guess.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That feels right.
Even out on the ice?
That doesn't make much sense.
I mean, it's cool. Like,
but
I don't see why not.
I think it's cool. So yeah, I think
You have like intense calluses, I imagine, that like are impervious.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. So, given that Aldred has already been in the cave and pretty far into the cave, that now and during that time you're going to have leisure to like look around. You're not in conflict. Aldred actually spent a pretty significant amount of time in the cave looking around. I'm gonna go ahead and share out the map
cool.
over Discord.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, the cat.
Bye cat.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
So when you enter the cave, you're coming in from that bottom left corner. Aldred, you'll remember that you came to that branching with your friend whose name was with your very real friend that you made, Egelia.
Yeah.
So you and Egelia, you came to the branch. That branch is at the spot that's like R9. So when you go to the left there, right next to the stream, is the feasting place. And then you can also see that the cave went further back across the stream. And then to the right, You can see that kind of squiggly line, the depressed pit. That's the dark place that you and Agelia passed, where you could hear those muffled cries.
Right.
And then past that little footbridge, that is the pit of Forget. That's
Okay.
chamber off
Right.
there. You're getting maybe a little bit more information from looking at the map, but not a huge, than you would just by seeing it, but not a huge
Right.
deal here.
Okay.
So yeah, you enter the cave. All is, as you come in, it's exactly like when you came. It's not like you're met with enemies. It's quiet as you come into the cave and you come to that first branch. Where do you want to go?
Okay, Aldred is like working himself up into like a trance of rage, like this very calm, intense rage, where he's like repeating these, like these affirmations of destruction, over and over and over and over. And he has his warhammer out and stuff, and his, whatever, his staff, and he's gonna head towards the place with the mumbles and cries and stuff.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Now we don't have light, right? So this could actually be an issue because it is pitch black in there. So the question is, do we have an ability to make a light source?
You do have torches within your adventure pack.
Right.
So I think we established last time that it'll take up a hand.
Yes. So I think this is probably on Aldred to have the torch.
I might also have an ability a power that like taunts or something. Would that be? Could we try to like lure them out of the darkness? Keep both your hands free.
Yeah, I mean we can try that. Yeah, so we're standing probably at the entrance or like looking into this dark place.
So this is that like depression on the right side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that where we are? Okay.
With like the scattering of stones, in the illustration. Yeah.
Right.
I have the memory of this power, but which power haven't I used before? Maybe it's just one I read. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, I think Aldred is gonna get the torch out and light it, and the flame is green because it's got weird resin on it or something. I don't know, bug resin.
Obviously.
And he's going to like hold it up like this and walk into the darkness. Repeating these, chanting this prayer of rage.
So as you're going forward, your ring of light is kind of pushing the darkness back. I'm going to say that it doesn't illuminate as far as it should. This darkness is kind of solid, right? And so it's like it only illuminates like 4 squares around you.
Yeah.
And then it's pressing up, against this like inkiness in this area.
Yeah,
and
hell yeah.
You come to the edge of this drop. It's not far. It's like 1 square down to a flat surface. And as you're approaching, you can hear the scrabbling. You can hear those muffled, like muffled screams. From the darkness as you come up to that ledge. You're holding up the torch. The light's falling. You see an open space, like dirt floor. There's a post in the middle. There's a chain attached to the post, and chained to that post is a rail-thin, starved-looking Githzerai. Its face is indeed, tied with some kind of gag. It clearly, like, he hasn't been fed. He's got this, like, kind of wild, unkempt hair. Deathly pale, right? Like the palest green, not the deep green of a healthy Githzerai.
Yeah.
And he's standing at the end of this chain, which is just like 1 square long, and he's like kind of trying to pull toward you and holding out his hands.
Yeah.
And trying to like get your attention and signal you. And you see that this person looks a lot like almost twin-like to the figure who you saw in Ecstasy and Aesthetics. This could be the same person.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, so this is a young person, but they're shriveled, withered away. Ooh.
Yeah, he's like 17, 18, somewhere
Ooh.
there.
Yeah. Aldred kind of kind of cries out, and his prayer kind of crumbles, and he takes his warhammer and smashes the chain to free this guy.
Nice. He probably flinches away from because you're dropping next to him with this weapon up. He
Yeah.
like flinches away and covers himself. Um, but yeah, the chain shatters, and after a moment, he's looking up at you, and he's pointing at the gag.
Yeah, what is Shal'houb doing? I'm down in this pit. I just want to know what
Yeah,
Shal'houb's
I mean,
doing.
I feel like I've got until you swung your hammer, I had my hand on your shoulder, right? This
Right.
dense darkness. I'm
Yeah.
right behind you. So yeah, I mean, I guess the gag. Maybe you're the chain guy. I'm the gag guy. What?
Mhm.
How does this gag work mechanically? Is it tied on? Is it chained on? What do I got to
Almost
do
looks
to get
like
it off?
glued. I mean, you can get it off, but it's adhesed.
Oh my god.
Oh
Jesus, yeah, this poor guy.
God.
You'd pick up on some kind of magical effect where he's not able to remove it himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my implement in one hand just because that feels right, and with the other hand, try as gently as possible to remove it.
He is breathing hard. He's hoarse, and I think the first thing he croaks out is water.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Now,
Hmm.
I mean, we probably carry water with us, right? We probably carry water skins. I mean,
We just did a short rest at the stream.
Yeah.
Definitely filled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say drink this slowly. And I am controlling the stream, right? Like, he's not getting to just glug down because he just vomit and feel horrible if you do that. 'Cause I've been dehydrated really badly a few times, and it's horrible getting rehydrated. So, slow sips.
He's kind of fallen back. He's actually leaning against the post, and his
Mhm.
legs are like splayed out. He looks he's very limp.
Yeah, I think Aldred lets him like lay in his lap, right? Like
Okay.
he
Yeah.
he he cradles him and hands Shal'houb the torch, and is like head in hand, water, right?
Oh, tender.
Yeah, Aldred is tender.
Yeah.
Is he's not really registering this at first,
Mhm.
but as he gets water in him, this is a slow process. It takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes to help him like kind of surface a little
Mhm.
bit. So he's lying back, uh, and I think there's a point right where his eyes have been kind of rolling sightlessly. They're also probably dazzled by the torch, but
Yeah.
after he gets some water in him, like he's actually able to kind of focus in, and he makes eye contact with you, Aldred, because your face is in his vision right above him. Uh, he says, "You are Githzerai. Uh, I knew the people would come to their senses eventually. Uh, are you here to rescue us?"
We are here to rescue you. Are there others like you who are chained up and starving?
No, not to my knowledge. I'm the only one of the altars to be imprisoned.
Altars.
Oh yeah, did Shal'houb say something?
That's all I've got. I'm racking my religion mind.
Mm.
The others,
Yeah.
I heard you pass. You went you went to Forget's place. He's one of us.
Oh, for right.
Hmm. Okay, so they're
Yeah. And I say, um, we want to free you. How do we destroy the thing that is controlling you, or that is, like, because it was like controlling these people, right? It was some weird thing like that. So yeah.
or was he controlling them? What if it's a switcheroo? What's his name? I need to know his name. What if it's the poet?
Uh, he says, I am a piece of him. My name is Politics. But you know this. You are of the people, are you not?
He's in my head, man. This guy's in my head. Uh Shal'houb is still like he's unstable. He says, I don't trust anyone in this place of Sahanins. I think I'm just gonna like zip my lip after that. Like you have your conversation, Aldred, but I'm just like looking to the edge of that light with the torch and my falchion, and I'm just yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Aldred is asking, like, why aren't you trying to destroy us like the others were? Like, and he, tells them that we killed aesthetics, or we like defeated aesthetics and ecstasy. So yeah, why?
That
Yeah.
was well done. Not an easy task. I am the only one of the altars who protested against the arrangement here.
Mm, hmm.
Uh, I know that the people cannot live in fantasy and they cannot survive on dreams. Uh, Nor can we hide within this fantasy, this dreamscape, while the rest of our people suffer.
Hmm.
However, I was silenced. I have been here, I don't know how long, but soon after we arrived in the valley, I was chained here. I do not know what was happening outside. Only only that one of the other altars uh, became ascendant, uh, and has been directing things. And we've been separated so long that I am not even sure if we are pieces of Emilzin anymore.
Mm.
Shaloop's got a question for Aldred. I'm sorry to interrupt, but well, I guess it's for the game. Did you feel like when we came into this room and you recognized that this is like the boy that you saw? Was that communicated to Shalhoub also? Like, do I know that this is like the
Oh,
same figure that was inside the ones we just destroyed?
I think it would have been. Yeah, I think it would have been as we were walking up to as we were approaching,
Right.
and
I'm
he was
just
gonna
like, and it's
break
him.
the. Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of. Kind of.
Well,
Okay.
because it's strange because we can see it, through the. It's not like, in this illusory place. This is like not really an illusion. It seems to be like actually,
Yeah.
what this person looks like. So yeah, I think Aldrich would have said something about that definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So like, I want to ask like, why is it you we saw? Why is it you Aldred saw inside Aesthetics and Ecstasy? Like, why do you all share the same face?
We all look like our maker, Emilzin. If I were stronger, I might be able to put on a worthier guise. Uh,
Mm.
but
Hmm.
I am starved. I have no strength left.
Ah, these are the parts returning to the self, sucked into the cave. Oh, okay. Shal'houb can't shut up. He's too excited about all this religious mumbo jumbo. And
Eloquent
history.
facial expressions.
Eloquent facial expressions. It's all in the lips. It's all in the lips.
Okay, I think Aldred is going to is content to leave this person here with water because we have to go, and Aldred says we have to leave quickly to put an end to what's going on here. Is there anything? Basically, he's like, is there anything you can tell us that will help us? I know you've been here for a while and you're starved.
2 altars remain. Forget, and he points there, and in the back of the cave, with the sleeping poet, survive. Those are the ones that remain. Other than that, I've been chained here so long. Will you help me out of the cave? I would be among the people. I would try to learn where we are at now and learn our circumstances. Uh, I refuse to live in the past.
With my knowledge, I gotta like slow this down a little bit. We don't know who outside is among the people, I feel like we have to defeat the other pillars. I'm saying this to Aldred. Like, I'm not sending an incomplete poet out unaccompanied into these mystery people. Like, when it's done, we will see you out. That's my feeling.
Okay, yeah, I think Aldred will. Yeah, I'm sure he hears this too. So I think Aldred is saying, "We'll come back for you." Yeah.
Very well. I wish you the best and wish that I had more wisdom to give you, but that's the limit of what I can do now.
All right, so I guess we're gonna head off to destroy these guys.
Here we go.
So the question is, like, is there a strategy here? I mean, maybe we just have to defeat both of them, but there's like one of them is like by the poet, right? Like the sleeping poet or whatever. So
yeah,
that seems like if we target the source of the power or whatever.
I feel like, they're not that far apart. Like, yeah, I think if we can get to survive without alerting Forget, we might encounter them both together anyhow.
Yeah.
But I'd rather engage, by the sleeping poet first.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I think that's where we're heading.
Nice. So you climb out of the pit, cross through the feasting place. Again, just this really lovely textile work. There's like these gorgeous, intricately embroidered rugs, everywhere. And there's the stream that's picking up the light from all the lamps and torches in the feasting place. And what you'll notice just in terms of lighting is that there's the stones, the water, they actually gather enough of this kind of ethereal firelight that you can see. It's just Forget's pit and then Politics's prison that are completely pitch dark where you need illumination.
Right.
So you've got to wade across the stream. It's cold. You've got to, there's this rise that you can see on the other side, and then built into the back of the cave are actually some carved rooms. These are the only structures you've seen in the whole place. and you can see that some work has gone into them. It's a place for someone to live very comfortably, or it's a very comfortable tomb. But these rooms have been kind of carefully carved, carefully architected, and as you're going, I think politics would just tell you which chamber. It's the big chamber at the very back. The others are kind of incidental, sleeping quarters.
Right.
There's probably more rugs out here, but within that chamber, you can enter through this small little anteroom, and then go left, and you're in this big square room. It might have like weirdly high ceilings again, that go up into the hill, maybe even go up higher than the hill should. And in the center of the room, lying in state among the all of these riches and these piles of gifts that have been left, is this kid who you saw, in ecstasy and aesthetics and reflected in politics. He's set out in state like it's a Viking burial. He's got the coolest electric guitar that you've seen so far across his chest. His hands are on it, and he looks as though he's dead. Except when you look, very closely, he's breathing. But he's, rack thin, very pale, clearly, in stasis, in hibernation, because you now know he's been sleeping for like 100 years.
Right. Now, I feel like Aldred needs to make some kind of like Arcana check or something, because I feel like I want him to be able to put together, how do we like destroy this illusion? How do we end this thing? Is this an appropriate time, like seeing the source of this, right? Because this is the poet guy, right? Like, who is? So yeah, I don't know what I mean. What do you think? I don't know what.
This is actually religion,
Right.
not Arcana,
Yeah.
because you're in the God's world now.
Yeah. Oh God. Right. So Aldred is actually hideously confused.
My line of inquiry, yeah, I mean, this is a site of worship, right? Like all these treasures and stuff piled up. Okay, religion, I had plus 11, right? God.
Plus 9. Without you had a plus 2.
Oh, that was a.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ooh, I rolled a 3, so it's only a 12.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
No.
At this point, is a 10 enough to give you something valuable?
Bad time for a 3.
No, right?
Yeah. There's never really a good time for a 3. Yeah.
When you have plus 17 is a good time for a 3.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I think, you have a lot of context. You're using the skill right on, in its lane. And, the standard difficulty just for any check at this level is 10. So, yeah, it's not an extraordinary success. So this is the center of the dream. You know that. The dream emanates from this place. This is kind of the heart of the reality. What you are in is actually the kind of externalized psyche of Emilzen, of this person in front of you. So he's dreaming now, and you are inside his dream. And you've kind of walked into it. Also, up against one wall, there is a dark figure that is, maybe you don't notice him right away. It's another Emilzen. But this one is muscular, well-fed, deep green skin, and watching both of you as you come in. Nothing in his hands. Just watching you.
Well, obviously, communicating this to Aldred, this is the center of the dream. We're in that guy's dream. It all makes sense. Everything you said. Very grateful for all your guidance, Aldred. It's been a roller coaster, this dungeon.
Oh my God.
I don't know what advice I have. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. But there you have it. What do you think?
I feel like
how do we end the dream?
Aldred's drawing his fucking warhammer to destroy the source of the dream.
I was afraid of that. That seems like the move.
This guy is, I don't know. He's done this weird thing, created all these weird, parts of himself, and it's
Yeah, you're right.
He
it's
needs
unnatural.
to be destroyed. Yeah,
He's been dreaming for 100 years. No,
it's unnatural.
I'm sure I don't live that long.
Yeah,
I'm old. I'm like 35.
Actually, yeah, part of it. It's not even like he's this horrific abomination. It's his time to die now.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there dreaming for 100 years. So Aldred, warhammer up, and the staff, and he's ready to go up and put the warhammer right into this guy's temples.
The other Emilzen puts up his hands and says, "You can end the dream now, or you can help us. The choice is yours. I will not stop you, though I would speak. I would speak before the dream ends."
The warhammer flashes and goes into the temple of the sleeping figure.
We're going to initiative then.
All right.
Shal'houb, I think, is really enticed by all this religion stuff, and it is like, as you hit the temple, it's like, wait!
Yeah, Aldred doesn't give a fuck about this. He's just like, get me out of here.
I must know the truth. Help who?
Okay, 11 plus 9. 20.
Damn. I got a 9 plus 9.
It's my quest to destroy, not to help.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you're going before me, and the dream might end.
I fucking hope
and we'll just never know what survive has to say.
Yeah, I'm about to use my daily on this shit. About to use my daily on this corpse. Possibly. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should. The thing is, it's like risky to. Well, whatever.
I feel like the dream's gonna end and we're gonna be dead. And all the gifts are right inside. We're all gonna be dead. Oh no.
What were your scores? Just so I have the numbers.
A 20.
18.
Okay. So this thing's going first.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
He made a fast beast.
Yeah. And I have all those feats for initiative too.
You're gonna trade in everything for minor actions and give 3 monologues.
Yeah.
That is the style. We need to know the squares. So we know where Emilzen is. He's on this table. You both. I mean, given the amount of, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, given the amount of time, like Aldred, you're probably in C8, right?
Yeah.
Past the doorway. Shal'houb, you're in C9. In the doorway right behind Aldred, and then this thing is in B7.
Okay.
E7. Okay. Ooh, that makes swinging at the dreamer feel riskier. Turning your back on.
So this thing is going to use a move action, a move action to shift
Mhm.
to C7, so right in front of you.
Yeah.
It is going to attack you. As it goes, it is actually transforming into. It kind of hunches over. It gets more, kind of monstrously muscular. Fur
Mhm.
sprouts. Uh, its teeth elongate. Uh, this thing takes on the form of a Githzerai crossed with a rat.
Whoa.
I don't know if have either of you seen uh, Nosferatu the Vampire, the remake by Herb
Oh.
Herzog?
Mm.
Yes.
It's very good, and they're great rat fangs. You know what I'm talking about. So this thing has that. Just want to say that. It says
Oh, okay. I'm seeing
Nosferatu's
this.
rat
Yes.
fangs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, and is it gonna? It's gonna fucking bite you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like when it does that.
Okay, so it's rolling against armor class.
Okay.
It's a crit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's gonna do 6 damage,
Oh, not bad. Okay.
and you
And
take
And
an
you're bleeding
ongoing
incessantly.
2 damage. Yep, exactly. So at the beginning of each of your turns, before you roll for a save,
yeah.
you'll take an additional 2 damage.
Okay.
Um, and then let's see.
Gotta kill the corpse. I don't even care about this thing.
Yeah, that means I have to kill it.
It's also going to spend an action point to attack you with one of its claws.
Oh my god, it has an
Break
action
you.
point.
It does have an action point.
Oh.
I get 23 total,
Yeah,
so
that
you're
hits
going to
me.
take. You're
This
going to
is bad.
take 5 damage.
Okay. Okay. Not bad. I have 21 HP.
That's all I've got. 22. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
you're with me now.
Yeah.
And from this bite, you lose a healing surge.
Oh shit! Oh
That's
my god,
brutal.
that's fucked. I only have 1 healing surge.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god.
Oh,
Okay.
do I
That's
have
crazy.
No, my renewing strike is a daily. I don't even have my. Oh, that's just
Fuck.
for me though. Okay.
Yeah.
Raven
Okay, this
Queen's
is
blessing.
cool.
I got you. Don't worry.
All right.
I think.
So it's my turn, right?
It is.
The question is, do I just go for my daily on this fucking body? I mean, bodies. I don't know. Yeah. Fuck it. Okay. Yeah. So this bite's probably Aldred is like holding it with his staff arm, and it's like biting him and hitting him, and he's just gonna try to bring the fucking warhammer down on this goddamn corpse.
Yeah.
With his White Raven onslaught. So now the question is this terrible? Should I wait for, Shal'houb to mark it with that thing where I can maybe re-roll? Cause no.
Dude, this is
go for it.
you're playing it. You're playing it. Aldred
Yeah.
was like ready to go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And
so okay.
and this thing lied to us. It said I won't
Yeah.
stop you. I'll just speak, and it bit the shit out of you.
Yeah. So I got a 10 plus. Okay. 3 from strength and 1 for my level, and then 2 for my hammer. So I got a 16. So does that hit this corpse?
You're attacking the dreamer, not the were-rat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh,
it's
good,
stationary.
Okay. And so I do 3 weapon. Now I feel like there's going to be something where this is not going to be actually good, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, 3 weapon damage, which is 3d8. Please. Okay, so 15 damage plus. God. Plus strength, so plus 3. And you can slide an ally adjacent to you 1 square. Until the end of the encounter, immediately after you or an ally within 10 squares of you hits with an attack, that attacker can slide an ally adjacent to him or her 1 square.
Which
So we
can
can
actually
shift
be
these-
very handy in these cramped
Yeah.
circumstances. Yeah.
So I guess I'll move Shal'houb so he's like, well, shit. So he's on like E7 or something. Can I do that? So he's kind of like behind the table. I don't really remember where
You said I'm on C9, right?
C9.
So I'm like just on the outside of the doorway.
Oh, yeah.
And
You'd
you're
have
kind
to
of
slide him
blocking my
twice.
entry.
Yeah. So could I slide him to D8? Can he go diagonally? No, right? Because there's
No,
like a wall
because
there.
the wall prevents diagonal
Okay, so
movement.
Never mind about the sliding.
Hmm.
So I do that. And that's my turn. And yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, well, I'm also going to shift 1 away to D8. So I'm shifting to D8.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, probably prudent because, there's this explosion of energy as you impact the body. You can, there's probably some damage. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and roll for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it's going to make a huge difference, but Eldred, you're going to take 5.
Woo! That could make a difference.
As it hits you.
My God.
Shal'houb gets off easy with 2.
Jesus.
Can handle it.
And this explosion of clear cold energy washes over you, and the survive gets vaporized by it as it passes.
Oh, shit!
This spreads out.
Mm-hmm.
And when you maybe clench your eyes shut, when you open them back up, you're standing in sunlight in a cave. But instead of being dark, like the roof of this cave has part of it has collapsed, letting in a shaft of sunlight.
Yeah.
It's very cold. And you're standing in front of a skeleton on this bier with all of these rusted gifts around it. And I think, Eldred, you would be very aware, given your perception, that you would basically return to reality. You were both very thin, very pale, from who knows how long you've been here. And yeah, you're standing in this, out of the dream now, in the cave, in your reality.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay.
Shal'houb like understands this. I mean, I think Shal'houb is gonna like kneel at this skeleton and be like, "This is a holy place, and we have like put the poet to rest. Like this is important, Aldred. Like, I know religion's not your cup of tea, but rest here with me. Appreciate what we've done. We've returned to the natural order."
Yeah, I think Aldred will sit for a moment because he's probably extremely suddenly fatigued and tired. And yeah, I think he's thinking about whether or not all those things are really destroyed. He's like looking at this skeleton and just thinking about that in his head. But I think, yeah, he's just resting. So I'm going to spend a healing surge.
Last one.
Yeah.
Good call. I'm gonna hold off. It'll only be 2/3 effective, so
So, as you depart the valley, um, as you're going out, uh, you could actually easily see into Forget's chamber now.
Mhm.
There's a
Mm.
pile, a heap, layers upon layers of bone and
Mhm.
skulls heaped
Oh
there.
God. Yeah.
Um, and as you leave, this is like the geography of the valley was pretty close to the real world. But it's in this like brutal rock and glacier, so there are no
Mm.
trees, there are
Mhm.
no seeds, no nothing out here. Even the stream is frozen hard,
Mm.
uh, and yeah, that's what you leave behind you is this the skeleton on the byre, the heap of skeletons in the cave, and this brutal icy valley.